I recently read The 6 Types of Working Genius by Patrick Lencioni. The team you work with is full of geniuses. If you give a teammate work that aligns with their innate genius type, they'll not only be more productive, but they'll also love what they do and remain loyal to your team. However, if you give them tasks that don't align with their genius type, they'll be on the fast track to burnout. Your job as a leader is to discover people's working genius types and then give them work that turns their genius on. You see, most people excel at 2 working genius types, are competent in another 2, and find the remaining 2 frustrating and draining. The 6 genius working types make up the acronym WIDGET. The W in WIDGET stands for wonder. People with the wonder genius type constantly spot new opportunities that others miss. For instance, if a team working for a YouTube creator is worried about the competition and declining viewership, the wonder genius in the group sees an opportunity to collaborate with the competition to boost the growth of the channel. The I in WIDGET stands for invention. The invention genius is great at crafting a plan to capitalize on a new opportunity. In the YouTube example, an invention genius would take the collaboration idea from the wonder genius and begin outlining a new script for a video. The D in WIDGET stands for discernment. As a project plan emerges, the discernment genius springs into action with a highly critical eye. They identify flaws and foresee risks that others miss. Back to the YouTube example, the discernment genius would see potential problems with the YouTube collaboration video and suggest small tweaks to the script to maximize the video's effectiveness. The G in WIDGET stands for galvanizing. Once a project has been vetted and approved, the galvanizer genius gets team members excited and committed to the project. The galvanizer is your internal project salesperson who gets the right people on board and enthusiastic about the new project. The E in WIDGET stands for enablement. When a team gets to work, the enablement genius plays a central role in moving the team forward. They're great at spotting bottlenecks and devising smart ways to help out teammates and maintain team momentum. The T in WIDGET stands for tenacity. The tenacity genius comes to life when given a challenging task. Unlike the enablement genius, who thrives on watching a team succeed, the tenacity genius gets a rush from doing the work themselves. They excel at getting things done and getting the project to the finish line. Think of this WIDGET working genius type model like a sophisticated strength-based leadership tool. As a leader, you must assess each team member based on the 6 working genius types so that you can maximize their engagement and contribution and minimize their frustration and burnout. Do this by creating a working genius map for your team. The working genius team map includes 6 intelligence boxes: wonder, invention, discernment, galvanizing, enablement, and tenacity, with the names of team members listed in either the genius or frustration column within each intelligence. If someone is merely competent in an intelligence, their name is not listed in that intelligence box. When you complete this map, you will, number 1, notice who is not doing work that aligns with their genius and are on the fast track to burnout. This realization can help you redistribute project work and project roles so that your people are excited to come to work. For example, you notice a wonder genius is spending too much time doing tenacity work, so you invite them to more project brainstorming meetings and watch them come alive. Number 2, the map allows you to spot genius gaps and hire or borrow someone to fill those gaps. For example, bringing in an inventing or a discerning genius from another team in your company to contribute to key project meetings. The best way to fill in your working genius team map is to get each member on your team to ponder the following questions. 1, what leg of the project relay would you most like to run? Number 2, what phase of a project do you feel most alive in? And number 3, when does your genius turn on? Let's explore these questions in more depth. First, imagine you're part of a 6-person project relay team and you must work together to complete a project. Choose one leg of the race you are confident you will do well in. Leg 1, spot new opportunities. Leg 2, sketch out a plan to capitalize on one opportunity. Leg 3, screen the plan for errors. Leg 4, sell the plan to people you work with. Leg 5, support the people completing the project. And leg 6, sprint to get the project completed. Which of those legs would you enjoy running the most? And which of those legs would you find the most frustrating and want to avoid? Now, the second question your team must answer is, what phase of a project do you feel most alive in? All projects have 3 primary phases: ideation, activation, and execution. If you were hosting an event, phase 1 would be where you'd come up with a theme and think of activities that relate to the theme. Phase 2 would be ironing out the details and getting people excited for the event. Phase 3 would be setting up the event and hosting the event. Get each team member to think back to a big work project they were involved in from start to finish. If they found they thrived in phase 1 and enjoyed the high-level, big-picture conceptual thinking, they are either a wonder or invention working genius type. If phase 2 was their favorite, they probably weren't great at coming up with new ideas and didn't really need to see the project being completed, but they loved it when people asked them to review a plan, and they enjoyed hyping a project up before it got started. If they love this second phase, they are either a discernment or galvanizing genius working type. Now, if they loved when people stopped talking about what they were going to do and actually started getting to work, then they probably loved phase 3 the most and are an enabler or tenacity genius working type. Now, the last question people on your team can answer to find where they fit on the working genius team map is, when does your genius turn on? Are you a responsive genius who needs to be exposed to lots of information and options before your genius activates? Or are you a focused genius who needs less information and a clear direction to activate your genius? Responsive geniuses are wonder, discernment, or enablement types. Wonder genius types need to be exposed to plenty of options before they spot a great opportunity. Discernment genius types need to review lots of work before experiencing new insights. And enablement genius types must see several execution issues before creative ideas come their way. Focused geniuses, or as Lencioni calls them, disruptive geniuses, are invention, galvanizing, and tenacity types. Invention genius types must be given a single opportunity to explore before having inventive ideas. Galvanizing genius types must be given a single project to promote before thinking of creative ways to pitch it. And tenacity genius types must be laser focused on one objective before activating their creative problem-solving skills. In the end, your primary job as a leader is to get the right people in the right seats. You do this by having your people find out where they fit on the working genius team map by exploring 3 questions. What leg of the project relay would you most like to run? What phase of a project do you feel most alive in? And when does your genius turn on? When each member of your team finds at least 2 of the 6 working genius types they are geniuses in, and 2 working types they are frustrated with, you can get to work alternating and assigning project roles to maximize your people's geniuses and minimizing their frustration. The result will be a high-functioning, highly engaged team who love coming to work. That was the core message that I gathered from The 6 Types of Working Genius by Patrick Lencioni. This is a fantastic book with a really creative leadership model. I really recommend you pick up this book and check out Lencioni's Working Genius Assessment at workinggenius.com. If you would like a 1-page PDF summary of insights that I gathered from this book, just click the link below and I'd be happy to email it to you. If you already subscribed to the free Productivity Game email newsletter, this PDF is sitting in your inbox. If you like this video, please share it. And as always, thanks for watching and have yourself a productive week.